Ms. Veena Govind, the founder of Masmara. Ms. Veena Govind, after 5+ years of sales and marketing experience with a global MNC, she started on her entrepreneurial journey by starting Masmara in 2010. Masmara is a social enterprise that works on craft-based livelihood projects with marginalized rural communities. She has also worked as a consultant for several craft groups and NGOs. In 2019, she co-founded Cottage Collective, an online platform for crafts. Their website, www.ofindianorigin.com, was launched in 2020. Over to you, Ms. Veena Govind.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Marceline, for the wonderful introduction, and thank you, COWE, for conducting this webinar and for giving me this opportunity to talk to young minds. Handicrafts and India. Handicrafts are generally defined as products that are handcrafted without using any complicated machinery or equipment. The Indian handicrafts are very diverse, rich in history, culture, and religion. The craft of each state reflects the influence of different empires. There are more than 3,000 and counting different craft forms spread across India. The craft industry is decentralized, being spread all over the country in rural and urban areas. It is also highly unorganized. The nature of the industry is such that it is highly labor intensive. It is the second largest source of employment, the first being agriculture. There are more than 7 million registered regional artisans, of which 56% are female. That is, we have almost 4 million female artisans in India. There are around 67,000 exporters, export houses, promoting regional art and craftsmanship in the domestic and global market. The craft businesses require low capital investment, have a high ratio of value addition, have a high potential for export and foreign exchange earnings. Next, I'll touch upon the craft categories. The handicraft, as I mentioned earlier, there are more than 3,000 different craft forms. So the way we can classify handicrafts is also very varied. I'll take a very broad classification over here, which is woodware, art metalware, hand-printed textiles, embroidered and crocheted goods, zari and zari goods, imitation jewelry, non-precious jewelry, sculptures, pottery, and glassware. Of course, this doesn't cover all, it's just a very broad classification. The craft market. The Indian craft industry is valued at over 300 billion Indian rupees, and 60% of this is exported. The main states are Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, West Bengal, and Maharashtra. Briefly, I'll touch upon the market share by craft type. Woodenware has the biggest share at 22%, embroidered and crocheted goods at 14%, art metalware at 12%, woven artware at 10%, and imitation jewelry has 10% of the market. Next, let's look at where our craft is exported to. We export to all corners of the world. The leading countries we export to are USA, UK, UAE, Germany, Latin American countries, and France. However, our share in the total world handicraft market is only 2%. China has the leading market share at 17%. So there is tremendous scope for growth here. Next up, trends. Where are we headed? The overall industry growth is predicted at 20% year on year, of which 26% is coming from imitation jewelry, non-precious jewelry. Wooden wares at 24%, woven artwares at 22%, zari and zari products at 19%, and art metalware at 17%. International trends. Internationally, the handicraft market is expected to grow at 10%. Next, the different types of business models that are prevalent in the industry. Manufacturing. In this model, you own your own production unit. Investment here is dependent on the type of machinery and raw material used. Hence, the required investment can vary from 10 lakhs to 5 crores. In this model, there is a high control over quality of your products and managing delivery timelines, both of which are very important for exports. Orders are cancelled if not delivered within the committed timeline. Profit margins are around 20 to 25%. In the trading model, you don't own any production unit. You buy from the producers and then you market it further. The model has lower risk as investment is low. You can start your own trading business with an investment of 2 lakhs to 15 lakhs. However, this model gives you low control over production, quality, and delivery timelines. Profit margins are also lower at 8 to 10%. There are also hybrid models wherein you own the production for certain products or product type, while some products are sourced from other producers. Usually businesses don't start out. Naman, can you just go back? I'm explaining a little bit more on the hybrid model. Yeah. Usually businesses don't start out with the hybrid model, but gradually become one. As confidence in the market and their market presence increases, manufacturing companies look towards procuring from others to increase their product portfolio. Similarly, trading companies start manufacturing products that they have a good customer base for, or products which have good profit margins, so that they can get more control over quality, prices, and production timelines. So it's you try and get the best of both manufacturing and trading if you get into a hybrid model. Yeah, next. Next, let me give some more details on the manufacturing model. Of course, the cost varies depending on what craft and material you want to work with. I'm just giving you a rough example of wooden crafts. The main investment will be into machinery. A basic wood cutting machinery would cost around 2 to 3 lakhs. Wood carving machines are available for 8 to 10 lakhs. You will have to invest in raw material like shisham wood or locally available wood. Investments of around 3 to 5 lakhs into that. Plus cost of labor could be between 3 to 5 lakhs. More if you employ skilled craftsmen. Plus you will require a working capital of at least 3 to 5 lakhs. So adding up all of this, the total investment could be anywhere between 15 to 40 lakhs. Next, I'm giving another example of a manufacturing industry. This is for natural fiber crafts. Here also, the main investment will be into machinery. A banana fiber, for example, a banana fiber extraction machine will cost anywhere between 1 to 5 lakhs. Coir extraction machines are priced at 3 to 28 lakhs. That's a wide variance. That's because the price depends on how much volume the machine can handle. You will have to also invest into raw material. And this investment, when it comes to natural fibers, can be seasonal. For example, banana fiber can be processed during hot and dry months and then stored for future use. Adding up cost of labor and working capital, the total investment required can vary between 20 lakhs to 2 crores. Next is an example of a trading company, Fab India, the company that completely changed the landscape of the domestic craft market 20 years back by introducing contemporary design aesthetics, is actually a trading company. But let me give you a more recent example of an enterprise that is doing quite well, Tijori.com. It's an online platform selling traditional handicrafts and apparel. It was launched in 2013 by a woman entrepreneur. Its product portfolio is multi-category, like apparel, wellness, home, mother and child products. They source from artisans all over India, have over 50 employees, and cater to 195 countries through digital marketing and its own website. Tijori was started with an initial investment of 10 lakhs. Currently, they are clocking an annual turnover of 50 crores. So it's an amazing success story of an enterprise started by a woman entrepreneur. Next, my own company, Masmara. So Masmara is a social enterprise that works on craft-based livelihood projects with marginalized rural community. So what is a social enterprise? Social enterprises combine commerce and social issues in a way that improves the lives of people connected to the business. In a very profit-driven world, social enterprises don't measure their success in terms of profit alone. We look at what impact we have had on the people that we work with. We have over 100 artisans creating more than 300 products for us. Our objective is to bring little-known rural craft groups to a global audience. We provide guidance for product development and capacity building, along with marketing support. Through design interventions, we have developed a range of handcrafted eco-friendly products, particularly targeted to the corporate buyers. We work with collective of rural NGOs, women self-help groups, and tribal artisans. Our women self-help groups are based in the villages around Bangalore and Belgaum district. Our NGOs specifically work with individuals with disability. We have tribal artisans from Bijapur, Orissa, and West Bengal. We also work with heritage craftspeople. What we mean by heritage craftspeople is artisan families who have been involved in crafts since several generations. We work with such families in Etikopaka in Andhra. Next, a brief look at our products. We make bags, stationery items, desk accessories. We make a lot of products from banana fiber. You can see in the presentation here, we have a picture of a clutch purse and a jute cotton bag. A bag making unit needs to invest in a stitching machine and an embroidery machine if there is embroidery involved. If hand embroidery is involved, then we need to train artisans in the required skills. Investment of about 8 lakhs was required for the bag making unit. Next, our jewelry. We source our jewelry mainly from tribal artisans. Our wooden games and decor items are from Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh. Our range is wide and constantly evolving. And though I'm passionate about our products and would love to show you more, time is a constraint. And this webinar is to encourage budding entrepreneurs. So I'll keep it brief and move on to our business model. So what is our business model? My husband and I started working in the craft industry as business consultants to craft groups and NGOs. We helped them with product pricing, business plans, production planning, etc. While doing this work, we realized there was a gap in terms of reaching out to a wider urban market. And thus, Masmara was formed to bridge this gap. So essentially, we started off as a trading company, but over the years, we have got into production of some of our products. So right now we are a hybrid model. Our core vision is to create equitable livelihood opportunities for the marginalized rural communities. We want to provide them all year round work so that they are not dependent on sporadic seasonal work. And most importantly for us, we want to empower women to form and lead their own craft groups. Personally, it's the most enriching experience for me when I see women artisans grow in confidence and capabilities, especially when they see that their products are being exported, when they see that somebody in some other country is using a product that they have made. The pride they feel in that is tremendous, and it does wonders to their own self-esteem. Well, that's it about Masmara. Now, next, I'll touch upon capacity building. The nature of the industry is such that you will have to constantly invest in skilling people. It's a very labor-intensive industry. You can't just buy machines and double your production capacity. You need to spend time and effort on training your resources. This can be done by conducting training workshops. This requires master trainers, raw materials, and suitable venues. Also, you need to factor in that if you train 20 people, all 20 will not be able to develop the skills you need. You may get only 5 interested, skilled resources at the end of the workshop. All this may sound grim, but don't worry. You can get support from various government agencies for skill development, for conducting these training workshops, like NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, NABARD, and various banks. A typical training camp for 20 to 30 people can cost between 50,000 to 2 lakhs. There are people on the chat asking questions, I think. I'll get back to you all later. Okay. Design interventions, they're also very much required in this industry. Buyers expect new designs every season. The color palettes for the international market change every 6 months. If needed, designers can be hired. If not full-time, they can work part-time or on project basis. They bring in a fresh perspective. Design interventions can cost between 20,000 to 3 lakhs. Yeah. Next, how to market your craft products. Marketing management is one of the most important functions in a commercial and business enterprise. The very first thing to do is to identify or work towards a key differentiator, which will set you apart from others in the market. This can be, somebody is asking if it can be bi-level. I'm sorry, but this presentation is in English, but definitely feel free to reach out to me and we can, discuss offline. Yeah.
Ma'am, we can take questions in the end, we will go to the chat and take the questions in the end.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So I was talking about marketing. The very first thing is to identify and work towards a key differentiator, which will set you apart from the others in the market. This can be product specific, or could be the way your product is made, by whom it is made, could be a unique raw material that you use. Once you have that, use it to stand out amongst the other craft businesses. Design an attractive e-catalog of your products. You no longer need to print catalogs. E-catalogs are convenient and can be used to showcase your products via email or WhatsApp. You can sell your products through various sales channels. It's always good to have more than one sales channel for your product. This will diversify your risk in case of any market disruptions. The various sales channels to explore are retail stores, a place where any customer can drop in, touch and feel your product and buy the same. With the advent of online stores, retail stores did get a setback, but nothing can replace the touch and feel advantage that physical stores have. There are businesses like Zivame, Urban Ladder, Jaipur, which started off as only online stores and have later set up physical stores. Setting up retail stores will require an investment of 10 lakhs to 1 crore. Then we have e-commerce marketplaces. You can sell on general online marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart. Amazon also has a separate division for handicrafts called Amazon Karigar. There are also several craft-centric marketplaces where you can list your products like Etsy, Qtrove, Unfactory. The charges to list on these sites vary, but in general, you will have to pay a listing fee per product and a commission on sales. So all this has to be factored into your product price. Social media. There are millions of people using social media platform. The ability to reach large audiences is huge. This gives you a huge advantage when you're using social media. It allows you to directly connect with your customers. You can sell your products via Instagram or Facebook shops. Regular WhatsApp broadcasts can be sent out to your customer base. A simple website with a shopping cart can be created for less than 10,000 rupees, your own brand website. You can also explore B2B channel for bulk orders through corporates and or exporters. Lastly, exhibitions. Now, before COVID, due to COVID right now, there are no exhibitions happening, but pre-COVID times, participating in exhibitions were an excellent way to gain customers and to get brand exposure. Hopefully, we will resume the exhibitions again. And another thing to note when it comes to the handicraft market is that it's very seasonal. The demand is very seasonal. During the festive season, we'll have high demand. And then it kind of tapers down during the summers. So it's an up and down. So you need to plan your production and your business accordingly. Next, I'll touch upon the requirements for getting into the export market, since 60% of the craft market is exported. First and foremost, you need to get a import-export license. Your products need to be of export quality. Your company should have the ability to deliver within specified timelines. As I've mentioned earlier, failure to adhere to the timelines can result in penalties or complete order cancellations. So it's very important before you get into exports that you ensure that your product maintains quality and also you have control over delivery. Control over delivery. Just Naman, I'm going to explain a little bit more about exports. Yeah, certain product specifications, certifications are required, like certificate of origin, etc. Since the industry is extremely labor intensive, a lot of buyers insist on fair trade certifications. You can market your products internationally by attending trade fairs in countries like USA, Latin America, European countries. You can apply to the MSME ministry for cost reimbursement of these fairs. The ministry funds up to 2 international fairs per year. Their website has a list of approved international fairs. You can go through that and decide which you want to attend. Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts, EPCH, has been set up solely for promoting Indian crafts and craft interests in the international markets. EPCH conducts 2 fairs in a year in New Delhi. Buyers from all over the world attend this fair. Participating in this fair gives you an opportunity to showcase your products in a wide international market, to a wide international audience at one shot. EPCH requires an annual membership, but it's completely worth it because instead of going to, several different fairs around the world, if you participate in an EPCH exhibition, you get to meet all the buyers at one place in one shot. Yeah. Everybody who's messaging, yeah, we'll take questions later. Yeah. To conclude, I would like to go back to a statistic I mentioned in the very first slide, that 56% of our women, of our artisans are women. Unfortunately, we don't have a proportionate number of women-owned craft-based businesses, and that needs to change. The craft industry is a sunrise industry with a growth rate of 20%. It's an excellent time to get into this industry. Walt Disney said, all our dreams can come true if only you have the courage to pursue them. I sincerely hope that by the end of this webinar, our team of speakers is able to motivate and energize some of you to take the leap and start on your own entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, thank you.